Hi guys, you're back for another episode of Spidermonkeyeats. Today what we're going to make are some lentil meatballs. Okay, so lentils are a high protein source. They're high in fiber as well. So it's going to be a plant-based option for you to not have meat, but to have the effect of some meatballs. So the first thing I have is a cup of green lentils. So you definitely want to make sure you get green because the red are going to cook a little bit differently. So they're used for different purposes. They've already been rinsed. What we're going to do is I have a large pot of water. Okay, these are going to expand, so you definitely want a large pot. So you guys can come take a look. I have water that I've seasoned. You don't have to season the water, but I always like to put a little bit of onion and garlic powder in there. You can throw a little salt if you want to. If you want to cook with some vegetable stock, you can do that as well. But we rinse those lentils to get off anything in excess. So we're going to put this on to get to a boil. Once it comes to a boil, we're going to turn it down to a simmer and cover it. So we'll put this on just in the meantime, wait on that to come up to a boil. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to make a flax egg. Okay, so to make this, still plant-based, no animal products, we're going to use flaxseed meal. Okay, this is going to be our binder. So I have 3 tablespoons of water and then 1 tablespoon of flaxseed meal. So all we have to do is mix this together. Then we're going to let it sit. It's good to let it sit in the fridge if you can for at least 15 minutes. This is going to thicken up and we're going to use this later as our binder. Alright, so you're going to prepare your lentils according to your package. These were about 15 to 20 minutes, again boiled, covered, and then we drain out the excess liquid. Every package is going to have slightly different directions. Okay, so since the food processor is a little bit smaller, if you have a big one, you can throw everything all together. We're going to go in a few batches. Okay, so first thing, we let these cool just a little bit. So we're just going to throw in probably about halfway so we can get everything else in there. If you don't have a food processor at all, you can also mash these up. Okay, as long as you mash them really well. Okay, so we'll get some of these in here to start. Then I have my flax egg that's been sitting, so we'll get that in there. Again, that's going to be our binder. I have some dried parsley, some dried oregano, fresh ground black pepper, some sea salt. We have some minced garlic, onion powder, red pepper flakes. And then you can use gluten-free oats. These are just old-fashioned oats going in here. So we will process everything together. Alright, so everything's been processed together. We're going to use a cookie scoop just because it's going to be easy to get it out. We want to form these into about 1-inch balls. Okay, so we'll take these out. Form it. This is on parchment paper right now. If you want to get it a little bit more brown, you can spray the tray. You can do a light coat on top as well. Okay, but we have our awesome little meatballs just like this. So we'll get even sizes. The oven has been preheated to 400 degrees. Once I get all of these on here, they're going to go in the oven for about 15 minutes until nicely golden brown. So we just wanted these in for about 15 minutes at 400 degrees. Again, if I had sprayed these with a little bit of olive oil, it would have gotten more golden. Okay, if you want to keep it a little bit lower calorie, you're not going to add any additional oil because they're not going to stick to the parchment paper. If you want to get these even crispier, these do have a nice crisp on them, but if you want to get them even crispier, you can spray them lightly with olive oil. You can throw them in an air fryer now once they're baked because they'll stay together, and that will get them that nice outer shell. You can air fry these, or not air fry them, pan fry them as well. You know, you have options, but check these out. You have some meatballs, you know, or meatball alternative, plant-based, vegan, vegetarian, you know, this just works for everybody. So I definitely recommend trying it. It is, like I said, high in protein, high in fiber. These are really healthy. You may see some other cooking going on here. I'm going to put it over some spaghetti squash with some sauce. tomato sauce, and some fresh veggies. So you guys can kind of mix and match. You want to put on a hard roll with some sauce, whatever you want to do, but no meat at all, and you have that meatball fix. Hopefully you guys like this. If you did, give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions, leave me a comment. The full recipe will be in the description below. And if you guys never want to miss another episode of Spider Monkey Eats, definitely subscribe to our channel, Ultimate MMA Plus. See you guys next time.